Hello guys, and welcome to a Feed the Beast tutorial video. What we're going to be looking at today is a elevator made with RedPower, as you can see from the frames we got here. What this elevator can do, it can go up, which will make it go one floor up, and you can call it, oopsie daisy, and you can call it, which will make it come back down. And the same can be done on the other side. You can call the elevator and it will go up, and you can press this button to make it go down. Very important that you don't spam click the buttons, because that will undoubtedly cause trouble. So let's have a look and see how this works so that you can replicate it yourself. Let's just remove some of the blocks here and go back. What we've got the circuitry in the back here, which I will show you. It's very compact, contrary to a lot of the tutorials out on YouTube. They describe very elaborate ways to create some sort of computerly monitored system, which is all very complicated and not something that I like to bother myself with. This is actually a design that I found on YouTube. I've forgotten the guy's name, but I will be sure to leave a link to the video if you can find it again, because it's very useful, but that video only had text and wasn't very clear. So that's why I'm making this tutorial, to help everyone out a bit more. To just explain what's going on back here. This is a signal that goes down from the button, and it goes into this state cell. This is it's not a timer, that middle mouse button doesn't work, but this is a state cell, and what this does is it will output a signal for this interval, and once that interval is done, it will stop and the output signal will stop again. So that will go into this NOR gate, which usually outputs a resonance signal. And when this gets powered, it will output a signal for 2.4 seconds, which will power the NOR gate for 2.4 seconds, which will unpower the timer, which will make it go into which will activate the timer with a 0.8 second interval. So this gets activated for 2.4 seconds. This timer will run at a 0.8 second tick, which will cause this to go up. And the reason we've done that is because 0.8 is what the other person used, and I found it works quite well because it's not too slow, it's not too fast. And then this one is 2.4 seconds because that is, I think, the amount of times this needs to go up for. So 0.8 times 3 is 2.4, which is the amount of blocks that this needs to rise to get to the top, I believe. I might be mistaking. And no, I'm pretty sure that's right. So this is the frame motor. If we just take a look at that down here, this is what it looks like. This arrow is where you attach the frames to, which are also a part of RedPower. And you can use the screwdriver to change the orientation, so to make it go sideways or upwards or whatever. And it kind of acts like a piston, so if I place it like this, or if I place it like this, it makes it like that, place it like that. So very useful block. Let's toggle this. Stupid rain. Oh jeez. Stupid key binding and Feed the Beast. Anyway, come on rain, get away. The same we've done on the opposite side. The downward button, enters the state cell, stays on for 2.4 seconds, activates the timer, which ticks for 0.8 seconds per tick, and it will activate this one, which will make it go back down. Now you have to be careful with the side of the frames, because anything that has nothing on top of it will grab anything that's attached and take it with them. So if we can't put this on there. If you take this, put this on there, this will now pull this piece of basalt. And that's why you put these covers, which are also part of RedPower. You make them using the saws. If you put these covers on here, it will not stick to anything. So we can't use that for the back because that's where that goes, but we have to use it here because this is where, you know, this is filled up. Of course now it's ugly cobble, but you get what I'm saying. This needs everything that it touches and doesn't need to be touching, it needs to have this on top. Of course this doesn't need the panels, I just put it there to make it aesthetically pleasing. So here we've got the wood, it's just a center pillar again with the RedPower frames. To get the call button, to get it called back down, you need to send a signal all the way to the other side. So for that I've simply put this little thing here so that it doesn't connect to that one, and taken these and brought them all the way over, and connected it up here. Doesn't really matter which way you do it as long as it gets there and connects properly to the input of the state cell. It's also very important to notice that if you put the covers, let's say here, oops, I didn't mean to do that. If you put them here, this will count as a full block, so this will start pushing this, which is why you need to put it one block out. And the same goes for the call button on the other side. You just take this one, make it go all the way over, and input it into the state cell for it to go up. Now there's one last issue, which is power. These frame motors require power, which is going to make this compact design a little bit less compact, because you will need a power source. And what I've done is I've just put battery box, put a bunch of solar panels around it. Doesn't need this many solar panels. If we just find a RedPower kinetic generator, one that most of you will probably know, because it is a fantastic item, and if you do not know it yet, you should. You just go in and you take a windmill or a turbine. In this case we're going to use a windmill, throw it in there, and we've got this bad boy. And this will also generate power from the wind. It will last you for a ton of time and generates a lot more power than one of these solar panels. So this is also a viable and pretty cheap option compared to the solar panels. And that will just keep your elevator running and going for whatever long time you need. And lastly, there is the issue that this will go up and extend outwards. So you're going to have to use some sort of structure above it that will cover that up. Or you can take this whole circuitry, put it down below, and make it go into the ground and up and down from into the ground, depending on what you have. I have my base set up in a cave, so I could easily dig up, or in a mountain rather, so I could easily dig up and make some free space for this, which is very useful. Make sure that there is nothing above or behind there, so that it doesn't stick to anything. And that is basically the end of it. This is of course is something that you might want to find a solution for. I haven't found a solution for that, but if you're at the bottom here, you're going to be able to see behind here, which might not be preferable, but there really isn't much that I have thought that we can do about that. The only thing that we could possibly do is make these frames go down in the center here, which would require you to have this set up actually at the bottom, and you won't really have much liberty with that. But honestly, I don't really mind that much, as long as if you just if we just close this off like that, put all these things here, have it as sort of a little managerial, what the hell is that? Janitor closet type area. That will be all fine, and it wouldn't look terrible. It doesn't look terrible, it looks alright. Can't actually do that because that will stick to it. Anyway, so that's it. That's the elevator tutorial in Feed the Beast. We're using RedPower, and that's the end of this tutorial. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer them, and I will see you guys next time.